travelled round quite a lot into different places, and I've never experienced anything quite like it really.
Oasis, we call it, at the farm.
It's really affirming in terms of what I want to do in my life.
It can be something that's quite bonding and, yeah, socially levelling.
Workmates, not bad.
In supported training, we work with groups of up to 6 adults with learning difficulties 5 days a week. There's this opportunity for people with learning difficulties to take ownership of a project, get involved in something that they care about, so learning about organic gardening, growing food, which we then sell to the cafe. Some of them have been coming for over 5-10 years, and so that's a really important social opportunity for people to form quite strong relationships with other people.
It's really nice to have people that enjoy my company and actually being loved and nurtured in a place that I want to be in.
Our clients really do have that sense that they are of vital importance to the everyday running of the farm. It's their thing, and so you can see them telling people off if they drop litter, just really taking ownership of it. We've got lots of people in their 50s and 60s. It was getting to the point where we were thinking that maybe it wasn't safe for them anymore. I put in a funding bid to the People's Postcode Lottery, and they very kindly gave us £20,000 to enable us to do all of the work, increasing the accessibility of the garden, levelling the middle terrace and sorting out the paths. We've safeguarded their ability to come to the garden and be part of this group for a good few more years. Mondays there's the Boiling Wellness Group. That's a closed group aimed at people who might be experiencing anxiety or depression or mental health problems. The Wednesday and Friday groups, anyone who wants to come along and get involved.
We're going to make some comfrey fertiliser, which is dead easy. Has anyone ever made? My role is to engage people with their environment, with nature, with natural crafts. At the moment we're growing quite a lot of vegetables, so there's lots of weeding and maintenance and watering and feeding, a bit of spoon carving, making bird boxes, kind of hedgehog hotels, and then also a little bit of wildlife kind of surveying as well, so tree identification walks and wildflower walks. We've just got some beehives, so we've been doing a little bit of beekeeping with the hope of getting some honey and wax and other kind of bees products. There have been volunteers who would hardly say a word to each other or the group when they first came down here, and then 2 or 3 months down the line, relaxing and telling jokes to each other and sharing food with each other.
I found it quite useful, like with the planting and stuff. And then my friends have got allotments and then they need help and then they ask for my advice. Yeah. And so stuff like that is quite nice.
Volunteers have kind of formed quite a cohesive family unit, and people are very comfortable in the surroundings and everybody looks after each other. Tomato juice.
It's like a social aspect, like meeting loads of new people, from all sorts of walks of life. It's such a great space to, be yourself and get to know people.
They trust all of the staff and all of the volunteers that come with the farm, and it creates a real sense of stewardship within the community.
If you haven't got access to a greenhouse or a polytunnel, then it can be quite difficult to start seeds off well. We kind of asked the allotments if we set up a propagation project, would that be something that would be helpful, and we got quite a positive response.
We've got heated benches, so that's really good for them to get a good start. Once they're then really established, we can move them outside to harden off and sell.
So we're setting up a social enterprise. We've got some seed funding to set up the infrastructure with a grant from the People's Health Trust to pay for the first couple of years of wages, and then after that we're really hoping that the project can become financially sustainable.
Yeah, that's all it is.
One of our aims is really to remove barriers to gardening, be they social or physical.
So we've got wide enough paths, high enough raised beds, both for people in wheelchairs and people who can't bend over. And we've offered things like if they want to come and garden here, we can water for them. And we can offer them our tools so they don't have to carry those in, those sorts of things. We've also created a car park which is big enough now for disability vehicles.
And we've just had our first wheelchair user rent the first bed, which is really exciting. There's always work to do, isn't there, in a garden? They're a life's work. The dream, I guess, is that it just keeps being used by the group, keeps being enjoyed by the local community. Just that it keeps on being enjoyed by the people that use it and the people that live around here.